So we're gonna start right here, y'all. We're gonna start right here. This picture is going viral with Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham, man.
This damn dump. This turd known as the WNBA, they just can't seem to get out of their own way. This concept should be simple to understand. Every other league seems to understand this. There are star players and there are role players. Or in the case of the WNBA, there are one or two players that people are willing to pay to see, and the rest of this league is filled with unknown extras. They're the people in the background smiling, waving to mom anytime they are briefly shown on camera. Look at me, Mom, I'm on the TV!
This picture is going viral. Bria Hartley caught with a sinister grin, a smirk that sent chills through fans because it came just seconds after Sophie Cunningham went down in agony. Hartley had collided hard into Cunningham's leg, leaving Indiana's enforcer limping off the court, clutching her knee, and then the cameras panned to Hartley smiling. Smiling, was it just a bad moment of optics or something far more sinister? Fans don't think it was an accident, and they've made their feelings clear. Sophie Cunningham was targeted.
It's sad. It's very, very sad and unfortunate what has happened to Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham, let's be clear here. Sophie Cunningham was targeted. Let's be very, very clear here.
On the surface, it looked like just another routine drive. Hartley pushed baseline in the second quarter, lost control, and her momentum carried her straight into Sophie's planted right leg. Cunningham crumpled instantly, reaching for her knee before collapsing to the hardwood. She tried to sit up, then went back down again, clearly unable to stand on her own. Trainers rushed out, supporting her as she limped toward the tunnel, ruled out for the night while still clutching her knee. For Fever fans, it was déjà vu. Another star sidelined in a season already wrecked by injuries.
Sophie Cunningham, oh man, I got to tell you, this victory, it came with a big price. Bria Hartley, let me just start there because we've got Sophie Cunningham's sister and mother weighing in on the league, and Bria Hartley right here. This is Hartley right here coming in.
And Hartley just kind of falls
and
and
she crushes in on the knee of Sophie right here.
First minute of the game yesterday. That is exactly what WNBA officials did. They set the tone. They let the female Suns from Connecticut know you're allowed to be overly physical and you're allowed to get away with it. This was the level of physicality allowed on Sophie Cunningham as she was trying to walk the ball up the court in the first minute of the game. Watch it for yourself. You saw the referee signaling for a jump ball, but believe it or not, there was a foul called on the play. Now, the foul, it wasn't called on the unknown female Sun who was aggressively caressing Sophie Cunningham. WNBA officials, they called a technical foul on Sophie for, I guess, rejecting her advances.
What turned this from frustration into fury wasn't just the injury, it was the aftermath. Cameras caught Hartley smirking as Cunningham was helped off the court, and that single frame spread like wildfire online. To Indiana fans, it wasn't adrenaline or a misread moment. It looked like Hartley laughing while Sophie suffered. And given Hartley's reputation, the image landed like gasoline on a fire. Social media exploded. Cunningham's family even weighed in, her sister Lindsay ripping the officiating, her mother Paula flat out calling Hartley reckless before later deleting her post. For Fever fans already angry at the lack of protection, that smile felt like confirmation.
Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty, dirty player. And if y'all go to my video last night, you will see me saying, watch out for Bria Hartley because she's a dirty-ass player.
The reason the outrage stuck is because this isn't the first time Bria Hartley has been at the center of controversy. Earlier this season, she yanked Angel Reese's ponytail during a rebound, sparking a sideline scuffle. In another game, she dragged Rebecca Allen to the floor and was ejected. She's had flare-ups with Skylar Diggins, with Tina Charles, with multiple opponents who all walked away furious. Alone, each incident might be dismissed. Together, they form a pattern. One fans now point to as proof she's the dirtiest player in the WNBA. So when that grin flashed across the screen, nobody gave her the benefit of the doubt.
Making all kind of excuses to say that Bria Hartley is not a dirty player. Let me tell y'all something, man. Come on in here. Come on in here, man. Let me tell y'all something. If it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, eats like a duck, it's a duck, man. Come on, man. She is the dirtiest player in the WNBA right now, winning the trophy.
And here's where the outrage goes beyond Hartley. This is now about leadership, or the lack of it. WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert needs to be fired. Not at the end of the season, not after another review. Now, an immediate message has to be sent because this league is spiraling. Players are stupidly injuring their biggest stars, whether out of jealousy, frustration, or something even more sinister. The league will collapse without an abrupt turnaround. Ratings are already falling. Attendance is softening, and with Caitlin Clark sidelined indefinitely, the WNBA desperately needs every other star to shine. Sophie Cunningham was one of those stars, a massive draw, and now she's gone. What do we hear from the league office? Crickets, silence when action is needed most. It's not just incompetence, it's negligence.
There are players that cannot be replaced, and there are an abundance of players that no one gives a shit about. If you're the WNBA, common sense would dictate that you do everything in your power to protect your star players. You do everything you can to protect your assets. But for some reason, this dump of a league seems to protect anonymous faces over the pretty faces. They protect the players who are injuring the players that people are paying to see.
What made things worse was the referees never even reviewed the play. No flagrant, no replay, just business as usual. That decision became its own scandal. Fans blasted the league for ignoring a dangerous collision. Comment sections filled with accusations of bias, inconsistency, and flat-out negligence. The WNBA already has a reputation problem with officiating, and this only added fuel. To Fever supporters, it wasn't just Hartley who failed Sophie Cunningham. It was the officials and the league itself.
But Bria Hartley has had dirty plays all season. But you got to know who we're talking about. Bria Hartley is the same girl. Bria Hartley is the same woman that pulled Angel Reese out of there by her ponytail. This is the same woman we're talking about. Better yet, I'm going to show y'all Bria Hartley because you need to be able to see who we're talking about. You need to be able to see who it is. She is a dirty, dirty player.
And that's the question hanging over everything right now. What happens next? The WNBA cannot afford to sit on its hands while its biggest names are being picked off one by one. Caitlin Clark is already sidelined. Now Sophie Cunningham is out. Sydney Colson, Ari McDonald, gone for the season. That's too much star power bleeding away while the league stands silent. Fans are losing patience. Ratings are slipping. The hype that Clark brought is at risk of evaporating. If Engelbert and the league office want to save the season, maybe even save the future of the WNBA, they need a bold move, and they need it fast. Not another memo, not another half-hearted statement. Real accountability, real suspensions for reckless play, real protection for the stars who drive the product. Otherwise, the message to fans is clear. The league doesn't care. And if fans feel that way long enough, they'll walk. Once that happens, there is no coming back.
You guys brag about how physical. You guys wear it like a badge of honor. We're here to watch basketball. If we want to watch wrestling, we'll watch wrestling. If we want to watch fighting, we'll watch fighting. We're here to watch basketball. And Bria Hartley is no different than Dejanay Carrington. It's just nobody talks about it because she's on the Connecticut Sun and they suck.
Despite the injury and loss of another star player, the Fever remained resilient. The victory, a 99-93 overtime win, the largest comeback in franchise history, was bigger than the box score. In the locker room, Coach Stephanie White told her team that what they had just done wasn't about luck. It was about resilience. It was about grit. It was about refusing to quit when everything screamed to give up. Sophie, from the locker room, tweeted her pride. Kelsey freaking Mitchell. Caitlin Clark, watching from afar, posted simply, battled, battled, battled. Even Sydney Colson joked online, we down to 4 players, but F it, we ball. Different voices, same theme, unity. But one can't help but wonder if Fever players feel like they have a target on their back.
Outside of Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, it is extremely difficult to be positive about the WNBA. One of those stars has been injured all season, and it's highly unlikely that she is going to return this year. Sophie Cunningham has stepped up and carried the league in the absence of the Great White Hope, but now she's injured too. Many believe that their injuries are a result of dirty play.
The comeback proved Indiana's DNA, connectedness, toughness, belief. But the bigger storm still lingers. Sophie is out for the remainder of the season. Fans want answers. And the viral image of Bria Hartley smiling has turned a controversial play into a full-on crisis for the NBA. Because this isn't just about one game or one injury. It's about player safety. It's about accountability. And it's about whether the league is willing to protect the very stars it depends on.
How do the Indiana Fever survive? This has been a shit show. I mean, with the entire season, with the entire league, with this whole negotiations and threatening to sit out, to the referees being a joke, to Kathy Engelberg being a joke. This has just been a shit show. I got to be honest with you guys. And I don't like to curse too much over here, but it is what it is today.
So what do you think? Should Bria Hartley face suspension? Should Kathy Engelbert be removed immediately for failing to protect the league's stars? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to Spotlight WNBA, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss what happens next, because this story is only just beginning.